Okay, here we are.
Okay.
So none of that was heard. So
Okay.
welcome to the West, a
You
Dishonored
do
RPG
to
campaign.
the west, and I'll do the other stuff.
What?
You do to the west, and I'll catch everyone up. So then you
Okay.
don't have to say it again.
Yeah, alright. To the West, a Dishonored RPG campaign we run Saturday evenings.
Because we like each other. Oh wait, no. Yeah, so we're starting.
we
So
do.
basically, we're meeting at 8:30, but we like each other. And then also, what else was there that we talked about? All right, so last time we were there,
experience.
we got shot down. We got experience, 10 plus experience, which is really good. And we're gonna add this for our characters. And then also last session, we got attacked by Terrace, who is knight and sucks and poisoned us. But then his brother got him, and Bill was the best girl and bit him and beat him up. And so we're all going to the town of Mercy to deal with that. But
Because
also,
everyone's been poisoned.
but also, Anton, our sweet, sweet boy, has been attacked by a giant hoodie, a giant owl, and is now on a table, I guess, being operated on.
On a dining table, to be clear,
Dining.
not an operating table.
Not a dining table. It's just
It's in the mess hall.
not every table in a mess hall is a dining table.
Could
A
be
dining
serving
table has to be nice.
No.
Yes.
A table that you dine at is a dining table.
Does that mean like
Anyway, moving on.
those tables outside at like parks, those picnic tables, are dining tables?
No, because those are picnic tables because they're outside.
It's for picnicking, not dining.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
Dining.
Just a quick question, Jacob. So I found out that Hootie is also the name of a character from what is it, the Owl House? Is that where you named
No, you
just said Hootie?
because it's hooting,
Oh, okay.
so it's like hootie.
All
It
right.
wasn't for
I
the
just wondered
Owl
if there was some coincidence
Yes.
there.
There wasn't.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I haven't-
Said it's like naming the dog Sisyphus, and then I forgot why I was about to say that. And now it doesn't make sense to me either.
So there's some deep multi-layered joke here. Okay. So we're actually going to resume with Anton. You are asleep. Believe it or not, after the surgery, they did take you to the barracks and tuck you in, to be frank. You are completely out. But as far as you're aware, which you're not really because you're asleep, but the surgery did go successfully. Surgery, I don't know. I don't know if it'd be a surgery to just patch wounds, but there was no foreign objects in you. Nothing had to be removed. It was more of just like,
I don't know the definition of a surgery.
yeah. Me neither.
I know it's a surgeon that does that,
Yeah.
theoretically.
Right.
At
Yeah.
least at the time, that's what it would have been.
Yeah, and they do have the surgeon there. He's also the chef. No, he's not. Things aren't
He's
that
like,
short.
there's some dead flesh in there, put it in the pot. We don't waste here.
In your very booze-addled sleeping state, it's a little hard to differentiate between what is reality and what is clearly a dream, because any vision that you might have of actual reality would be wobbly and shaky. You drank a ton, man.
Everyone kept telling me to.
That's correct. Peer pressure is a powerful drug.
So is alcohol.
That's right. In the midst of your sleep, you would find yourself interrupted and witnessing a scene in the void. A scene actually with you in it. You would just see, essentially, you running through the portal that Talvin created as Talvin gestures to it. And Heisel eyeing Dr. Atlee a little bit suspiciously.
Interesting.
But you can see yourself, you're just frozen, running towards the portal. And then you hear, wow, I really should have just tried traveling through the void for fast speed, for quick travel. That was fast, you just ran straight through the portal. And you just opened one up and you just crossed an entire continent.
I really would like to learn how to do that myself. I bet I could, but I'm not very good at it.
Well, right now you're not quite there. But maybe you might be sometime. This is, of course, the Dishonored.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big. She would just kind of pop up. She would actually technically land on this scene when she started speaking, and it looks like if you threw a person and then they landed on their feet. That's kind of what happens. It's not flying. It looks like she's been tossed. But she lands on both feet and starts speaking like that, and then says what she just said.
I don't suppose you. Is it ever something you would do to like help people move faster themselves? Like, not necessarily asking you to mark someone, but could you just like, I don't know, hurry someone up?
Ah, you're talking about other artists.
Yeah.
I was about to say the crazy one, but I think there's more of those than you might think.
I mean, I don't see how any artist could be viewed as totally sane and be very good at it. That could just be biased perspective, though. Seems like I might have ran with that crowd.
Well, unfortunately, Anton Blackburn can't speed him up. He's not the fast type. Not too interesting to me. But I can give you something that will help.
Okay.
First off, you're going to need someone a bit brighter than you. Brighter than us.
Like physically or like smart?
No, smart.
Oh.
Secondly, you're going to need the slingshot. And thirdly, you're going to need 867.
I don't know whether to be more confused about the slingshot or 867 because it sounds like the slingshot might be exactly what
What,
it
a
sounds
smite
like.
person?
Well, I don't know.
The
who
first
that
thing?
is.
Many things to be confused about.
You're gonna give me a smart person?
Oh, no. That's up to you. But you better find him. Or her. Quickly. And she's going to disappear, and this entire scene is just going to fade into black again as you fall back asleep.
Interesting.
You fall back into a deep sleep and eventually do wake up in a barracks, pretty much. You're surrounded by a couple people still sleeping in at this hour. It's probably like 9 a.m., but most of the beds are vacated. But you are in essentially a log barracks.
Guess I'll try to find anyone who's awake.
Yeah. So you would actually see someone leaving the barracks right now. The door is open and you see very bright light and clear blue sky outside. But it looks to be one of the. Go ahead and roll a history or politics or geography check. This is
I don't have any of those.
study probably carefully.
Okay. Well, I get one success and one complication.
Okay. No complication for a knowing check. You can definitely tell that this is a Morlian fort. But you're not quite sure what organization is present here, whether it's Morlian military or some Pandician force. But it seems to be that most of the people here are part of this organization, this Morlian organization. So some sort of military presence, probably, but not necessarily the army.
Interesting.
But it looks like everybody here is a part of that force,
Cool. So I will.
whatever it is.
I'll approach the one guy that's like leaving the barracks.
Yeah.
Just ask, is there a person around here who does all the thinking or whatever? Someone smart, like an intellectual kind of.
You're looking for a boss around here. That'll be Captain Olbeck.
Is that this smart person that comes to mind?
The smart person? She's the boss.
She's smart?
Yeah.
Okay.
It said that my boss is stupid.
Would you say anyone's smarter than her? Do I know? Is that the person that I was talking to last time?
Yeah, that is the name that you were introduced with. Oh wait. What are you looking for?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. This guy just kind of looks you up and down. You should get some more rest. I know you took a bit of a beating last night. You're actually fine. Full stress points.
Just where is the captain right now?
You'll either find her on the wall or in the HQ.
Where's
That
that? Oh, okay, thank you. I'm just gonna leave and go to find her.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, you both leave the building, and he points you to a. It's the only two-story building in this entire area, and story is a very, very underpowered term. It's essentially a bit of an overlook in the center of the camp. Actually built a little bit on a hill. But you'd walk there, it wouldn't be hard. This whole area is pretty much just either small dirt footpaths or a few areas with wooden planks kind of around more muddy areas. But you walk to this headquarters, which does have the Moralian flag flying above it. And you would actually see, before even getting there, the captain leave this building and start walking towards you.
Morning. I
Oh,
was just
Good
looking for
morning.
you. Now what? What do I do with this information? What do I do with this information? Daredevil's like, I'm giving you something. You need a smart person, a slingshot, and a number. Like,
I don't get the number. That confuses
Yeah.
me.
I'm assuming it's some sort of code or something. Do you have someone who just their job is just thinking things through? Someone really smart, someone who might, or would that be?
that job.
Yeah, would that be you? Who does the most thinking around here? Who has to make the most smart decisions and all that?
Well, I am responsible for the choices of this fort and the scouts here.
Do you make them with smarts, or do you ask someone else, or is that just pretty much everyone else here is for fighting and keeping people safe and cooking and all that, and you're the one with the brains?
I would say most of my men are smart.
I'm not
What
asking
about
you to
them?
be nice about your men. I'm actually asking if you're like the smart person
You're
here.
looking-
That's the biggest trait for you. Like, is there someone else who you'd say of the things they're good at, they're good
What
at
is this
being
for? Need
I
help with something?
I had a fever dream. I'm sorry.
Probably go to the doctor about that.
It wasn't like that. I'm gonna like pull the glove off. I got visited by the Daredevil last night. It's not what this is from. It's not from then.
I'm sorry. That's a tattoo on your hand. I don't know who the devil is.
Do you
Is
know
this
about the
Pearl?
outsider situation? Who?
This is about Pearl.
Who's Pearl?
Pearl was a woman around here who was a bit of a daredevil herself. Is it some ghost story? Did somebody set you up with this?
Was she known to be like really fast, rush into things sort of person?
That's what a daredevil is, yes.
What'd she look like?
Well, she would be, and she described the daredevil.
I guess I am saying something about that. Well,
Listen, I
What
don't
I'm
know
saying
who
is-
told you that this place is haunted by her spirit.
it's not so much that as, well, I've seen her before. I didn't know that was her name. But when I saw her last, she said something about giving me something, someone here that was supposed to be smart, or someone smart connected to here, maybe something about a slingshot and the number 867?
Oh. I am unfortunately very busy today, but you should talk to Benji, our engineer, about that. This is... Sounds like you were a bit connected to Pearl. He knew her a little bit better than I did. You can talk to him about it.
Is he smart?
Yes, he's the engineer.
That is what I was asking earlier, rather than cities about how everyone's smart, but I understand. It is very good of you to really stand up for everyone like that, but thank you. Where would I find him?
At the depot. Just down the hill. You can't miss him.
Right.
10 feet tall.
Thank you. I'll let you get about your day.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go go there.
Yep.
Everyone's like, everyone here is intelligent in their own way. I'm like, I'm asking
Well, you're
for the
like-
person with smarts.
You were like, well, do you
I'm
know
like-
anyone that uses their brains? And she's like, we all do? I hope.
He's like, whose career is most circular, like, based on
Oh, yeah,
brain
yeah.
power? And she's like, we all are smart in our own ways. It's like, are there intellectuals? Are there people whose job it is to think about things? He's like, we all think sometimes. It's like, are there?
Well, she's like, it's my job. I do the thinking for this sport. That's what a
I was,
commander is.
I was like, yes, but you don't.
But
think
intellectual.
that.
You're not an intellectual. You're a brute.
If you're just separated in your crew to intellectuals and brutes, what do those categories look like? I'm going
Okay.
to find Benji.
Yes, so you go down from this overlook and head towards the depot, which would be very easily marked. You'd see an area with tools strewn about, and even before you'd get there, you would see a collection of maybe a dozen tall boy stilts, unmanned actually right now. And you'd see one tall boy walking in between them, working on them.
Oh, so she was saying he was 10 feet tall, not the depot.
Right.
Fair enough.
Yeah. She said, can't miss him. Yep.
That checks out.
Yeah.
Let's get over there. We'll look up. Are you Benji?
Sure. Aye, that would be me. What can I help you with?
You knew Pearl?
Pearl.
Yeah.
Pearl Ecclesby.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a minute. Let me get down.
Pearl Ecclesby. That sounds like a last name that could go after that. Definitely.
So he would eventually find there's actually, think of it kind of like a dock, just a wooden platform a little high that he would walk next to and start undoing straps on his leg. He actually is missing his right leg, so this is one heck of a prosthetic. But he's got a regular one actually setting up on this dock, attaches it to his leg, and starts heading down the platform. He's actually pretty short. He's like, I don't know, 5'2", short and stubby, red hair, looks like he's seen quite a bit. Wearing an apron with a ton of grease on it, but he slowly hobbles down the stairs a little bit. So what can I tell you about Pearl Ecclesby?
Well, the last time I spoke with her, she mentioned something about.
Oh, you knew her.
Mm-hmm. I've met her a few times, talked with her a little bit.
Oh.
You probably knew her better than I did, but
Yes, well, any friend of Pearl's is a friend of mine. You can call me Benji.
thanks, Benji.
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 Good. And you are?
I'm Anton, Blackburn. So she mentioned last time I spoke with her something
Mhm.
about a slingshot.
Anything about the slingshot? And which one?
She said something about number 867. I don't know if that's.
I don't think she ever got that far with the slingshots.
Is there a possibility she's been working on it since then, or you have? Someone
Pearl
else has?
Ecclesby has been dead for a year now.
That sounds about right. I guess she died doing something crazy and fast and daredevil-y.
Well, Slingshot 4 exploded right about there. You point to the sky.
She died on 4.
Yes. Slingshot 4.
Why on earth is she telling me to use slingshot number 867 if she died on 4?
When did she tell you this?
Last night.
Oh, no.
What have you heard about the outsider situation here?
The outsider situation. Is there an outsider situation? Do we get a new one or something?
8.
8.
They're not exactly the same as they were when they were human, but some organization made offices that were filled by various people as they died, and now they're a little bit different than they were when they were alive.
Make a talk persuade check.
Good recap, though.
Oh,
Some
gosh.
office. That makes me think the protectors are these corporate
Gosh,
people.
dang it. Can I
Hey,
use
man.
talk swiftly because I was physically speaking swiftly?
You summarized everything very swiftly. I will allow quickly. Or swiftly.
1 success.
One success. Uh-huh.
Anyway, I didn't know Pearl while she was alive. I met her very recently. And you know how the outsider marks people? I got marked
Oh,
by
I know the
her.
tales.
I pull off the glove. This is a mark from her. She's one of the outsiders. And she's probably not quite the same as she was then, but she retains some herself. And anyway, she's known as the Daredevil now, and she's appeared a few times after she's died in that capacity because it was kind of because of she died that she became an outsider.
And she told you slingshot number 867.
Well, she said she was going to give me something that would help, and she said I needed to find a smart person,
Okay.
slingshot, and 867.
Well,
And so I don't know that that's the number of the slingshot, but I'm assuming you're the smart person. And based on the slingshot, I'm guessing she still thinks that it'll work, even though she died on one.
well, I somewhat feel a little responsible for her. I tried to warn her that the materials she was using would not be good for the levels of combustion going on. But there was hope in what she was doing. And she did get very high before exploding in a fireball of whale oil fuel.
This person was made to be the Daredevil.
So I don't suppose the number 867 can mean something else, like some better, not just a version, or could be referring to something about the way things are constructed or something. Anyway, is there any way that you could make a new one that would be better or something?
Ooh, that is not really my domain. That was more her thing.
But she doesn't have an 867.
Right. Well, would you like to just take a look at her earlier models?
Sure.
All right. That is a bit way out there. She had her own little, secluded testing ground.
Is that safe?
You'd probably need an escort with you, but I'd be willing to show you. I visited it quite frequently.
I'd appreciate that.
All right. Ever operated one of these things before?
No.
Oh, well, it's not too hard once you get the hang of it.
I hope that's fast.
All right, you can just come on, follow me up. I'll show you the ropes real quick. Anyone who survives an owl attack can definitely at least drive one of my boys.
That was close. In fact, it's kind of because I'm doing it. Anyway, never mind.
All right. So you put one leg in, then you put the other leg in, but don't make sure. Do not hit this lever. You're going to operate these levers most of the time. Okay, got it?
What's the other one do?
Disengages the ankles.
Why is that? Okay, I won't touch that.
Right. Unless you want to crumple. Real quick.
Insight check.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Nope. A complication. Just a complication.
Yeah, don't press that. Don't press that.
I rolled a 19 on a 20.
All right, go ahead and do a study, engineering, or cowboy focus. Nothing?
A complication.
He's absorbing all the bad luck for us later on.
That's good.
Better.
So as soon as you're in these stilts right here, you're like, okay, operate the levers. You immediately hit the one that he said don't touch, and it just. I mean, think about if your ankles just gave out. You just fall straight to the ground. Go ahead and roll a quick move. Quickly check. Acrobatics. I'll allow free running. No, this is acrobatics.
Okay.
Difficulty of 2.
Okay, so let's move swiftly.
Yep. Not free running. Sorry.
My gosh. Would you believe 1 success?
Okay. You land on your feet, but then essentially trip and just you don't take any damage, but you still fall. And the stilts are on the ground. What did I just tell you? Don't hit that lever.
I really don't think that should be on that.
It's important for storage. You want these things to hold up.
Couldn't you put it somewhere that's less accessible while you're in it?
It is pretty inaccessible. You just reach straight for it.
I've never done this before. There's too many levers. I
Okay,
can't remember which
Fine,
one.
we'll just do this on foot. I'll go with you. I need a gun. Give me a second. He's just going to walk and come back with a pretty large-looking firearm that is actually on a bit of a... No, I need this. I'm sorry. I need to get this word right. I studied this my entire summer. I need to know how... It's mounted to a... I guess turret would be the right word. But it is essentially just this metal ring that is around the entire... it's kind of like a cage around the person, and you can swivel. Yeah, you can swivel it around.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, just head for the exit. And he starts leading you towards the exit of the fort.
Okay.
All right. With that, we will go ahead and... You wish you got to try out those stilts, didn't you?
Yes. But no. Complication.
Sorry about
Anton's like, so I,
What check did I say for that? For
for
the
study engineering.
Tinker would also work. Would that have changed anything?
I don't remember what I rolled for that, but it was like something. No, it was comically bad.
Okay.
So I don't think it would have changed it.
Yeah.
And my other score didn't help that much.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I don't think so.
All right. Yep. You're on foot.
One of them was still a complication either way. I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good point. All right. So the rest of you back in the middle of Pandysia. There are three bodies that need to be carried.
Yeah, I
Right.
think we divvied those up last time.
Yeah. Who were those going to?
Allison and I were gonna carry Mikal between the two of us.
Yeah.
I think Sab was gonna take Reed.
Okay. And who's taking Gray?
Bear?
Okay.
He made his makeshift stretcher thing that he's dragging around behind him.
And then was it Tullius? Tully which
Oh, Tullius.
Tullius was gonna
Yeah.
carry Turis.
Yeah. He's
So that's how we divided things
he's
up.
dragging him through.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
so that's how we divided up the four.
Yeah. All right. So Tollett starts to lead the way and just beckons for you all to follow him. Sab and Barrett. I'm going to need you both to roll survive checks. Barrett, difficulty for you is 3. Sab, difficulty for you is 2.
Alright. Sab calls Bill over. Bill.
What guy killed who focuses with his feet?
Survive, resilience, forcefully.
No successes.
What?
Okay. You grab the body of Gray. You shoulder him.
Well, I'm not shouldering him. I'm carrying him behind on the thing I made last session.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, the little,
Should that lower the difficulty? I know he still didn't get successes, but should
Oh,
that
yeah. It doesn't lower the difficulty at all because this is a check against the poison that is still in your blood.
Oh.
You are paralyzed again. You collapse to the ground. I'm sure probably angry that this is still taking power over you. Sab, what'd you roll?
1 success.
Sab, you resisted it earlier.
Do I want to use one? I do. Because I want to do stuff. Can I use a void point and make it 2 success?
You can. Yeah.
Okay. You were kind of saying it, and I was like, okay. If it's still
Yeah,
able
absolutely.
to do that. So
I'm glad you interrupted me.
Cool. Then he will do that.
It was worth it.
Void point.
All right. Through black magic and chance. Okay, it's not like everybody gets void points. So, well, everyone that's important, of
But
course.
Sam says this.
Important.
Not really. I'm joking.
Great. Oh, he's acting up again.
I'm good.
Some of us can.
All right. So, Lee Barrett does fall down on the ground. Sab, you can feel this thing is still in you and is going to keep trying to kill you with time.
Okay.
But you are, through gritted teeth and sheer will, are still pushing through. Barrett, it was a miracle that you were able to push through during combat. But you are unfortunately succumbing once again to the poison's influence.
Do people notice that I'm collapsing?
Probably.
Yeah, it's not hard. Yeah, everybody sees.
All right. Severus. Okay. Bill. Do you points at the guy with tourists, the explorer?
Yeah, totally.
Toilet.
Yep.
Like, do you think you could like stay here and guard them, and we can like go and come back maybe?
We should just leave Ree behind.
Get some help. Well, I'm the only one that knows the way to Mercy.
Good point. And I guess I'm staying.
If you all could hunker down, this is a pretty defensible position, except, those pirates know the wreckage is here. I wager that this is,
We should just get to the town. We should leave Jacob Reed behind.
Going to do.
they're gonna leave someone behind.
He's not one of ours.
Whose is he?
He's mine, I guess. Says Sam saltily. All right.
We need to get the people who need help to Mercy. That's what's important right now.
As far as I saw, that Reed character didn't get any poison in him.
You could just leave him here and come back for him if you wanted to.
Fine. Seb drags him off to his belt. Come. And basically is like, okay.
Talk.
Bill, I need your help with guarding him.
What style do you want to roll with
The
this?
woods.
What? Let's see.
What style do I want to roll? That's a good question. I don't know.
Roll with anyone you want, whatever's your
I'll go with clever.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
sure.
good at that, and I think that makes sense with trying to like communicate with him and
Yeah.
pick up on what he's trying to do.
My dog, an intellectual.
Who's the smart person?
One success.
One success. Bill follows.
Um,
Bill was not running away.
is there a good
It's an
like?
intelligent
Is there like a good spot where I can like hide him? Any hollow trees?
Bill?
Oh no, the reed basically.
Yeah. Well, there's the wreckage.
I'm not going there. I'm gonna move like kind of far, like probably towards the direction. I basically tell everyone I'm gonna go scout position to put him. I'm going probably towards Mercy and like find a spot that I can.
Okay.
Probably should move.
Is he bound still?
Better be. If not, I would tie him up.
Okay.
I'm guessing.
I can
so.
imagine.
All right. Roll a tinker check. Carefully. What are you tying him up with?
Probably more of that.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
I try to say, does anyone have handcuffs still? And I look at Lee and like in his eyes and like see if he was like
Well, he'd definitely still be tied up. Nobody's undead under his
Hold
He
on,
was
give me
not
a second.
Mm.
Toilet just stops moving and crouches down next to his brother. Starts patting him down, taking things from his pockets, tossing him.
Sam goes over to the tossed pile. Is there anything good there?
You would see,
If we want, we can just say this is Tulip's pile.
yeah. So for things in the toss pile, you would see a pile of what looks like moss, one dead rat, a
Strong start.
wrapper that I don't know, a piece of paper. It's hard to tell.
Maybe
Color's faded on it.
I'll grab that.
A couple arrows with
Okay.
the poison on them.
I'll grab those and like.
You're grabbing the one dead rat.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, stab Reed
No.
with the arrow.
I'm gonna take that
Would kill
bit
him.
of wrapper and look at it,
Yeah.
and if I can't identify anything on it, I'm gonna like put that over the arrows to like protect them.
Yeah.
The poison and put that somewhere that's not
Hmm.
super on me. Put them on that person.
The wrapper looks to be paper that covered a box of quickie stems, which were the things that you found in Soul Spring.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get to use those. Oh,
You didn't.
probably
Probably
destroyed.
for the better.
Oh, good. Anyway. Cool.
Mhm. As Tollett is searching through Turris' stuff, he does take it was actually a longbow that Turris was using. Yeah. It was a longbow. Just takes it and just snaps it over one knee. I don't want him to use this thing again.
Yeah.
Listen, it cost me an arm. I'm not going to let it cost anybody else anything. Speaking of which, I'm pretty sure Mercy has the cure for this, but do you think any of you would prefer the quick way?
No, we don't need to cut off something.
It's the only sure way, to be fair.
Well, here's my counterpoint. We wait till he wakes up, tell him to give it to us or else. If he doesn't, and
The antidote?
yeah, and if he doesn't, then there's always the stab him with
He
it.
doesn't have it on him.
We're not gonna wait
can-
for him to wake up. We gotta get to Mercy first.
I know. Okay, yeah, I know.
No, what are we gonna do with Reed? We need to keep moving.
I'm gonna go quickly find the spot.
All right, roll a study quietly.
And 2 successes.
2 successes. All right, I'll keep that in mind.
So, go find a little spot for him.
Yeah, so you find an area kind of next to a fallen tree where you can fit him under. As far as you can tell, it should be able to shield him from wild animals.
And I took some like leaves and stuff to kind of
Yep.
do that.
I'll take
And
that
then
into
I
account.
Go to Bill. And I take her and Bill. Okay. Here's what you're gonna do. Mercy's that way. Okay? That's a township. I need you to stay here with him while we go there. I'll be back. Or someone else. If there is a problem and you can deal with it, deal with it. If there isn't, run to Mercy. Any questions?
Roll a talk cleverly check.
Very
Difficulty of,
complex.
And I will repeat it to her
difficulty of
so
3.
that she can understand. All right. Clever. Okay. 2.
Bill is actually smarter than any of the people in the world,
Mm-hmm.
and better.
She's also the outsider.
Mm-hmm.
When you're emphasizing,
It's a
like,
very-
stay here now, you hear Bill whine.
I know. I will be back. Okay?
Bill
Intrusive thoughts.
starts going back to your group. Bill's not getting the point. Difficulty was 3, as I said.
It's alright, we'll figure it out later. For now, we just need to go. If you wouldn't mind leading the way.
Sure thing. Tully would start moving forward.
Wait, who else is? Wait a second. Okay.
It's Barrett that needs help.
In gray.
And
Oh, right.
Okay, this is why I said we get a group that stays, because I don't think we can take them all.
Well, Barrett can probably walk on his own, just can't carry someone.
So he's unconscious.
No. Oh, he's straight up unconscious?
No, not unconscious. Paralyzed.
Oh,
Yeah.
So that's why
We
Sam's
put
there.
him and Gray on the same stretcher.
All right, Sav takes a look at Heisel and says, "Listen."
I did not say that in character.
Well, then I guess Sav brings up, all right, we have 2 people who are down. I say I stay here, or someone stays here to guard these people. I'm guessing it's me, and I'll just fight the poison, I guess. And we'll do that because that's the best option.
How far is Mercy from here?
Day's walk at night.
Can't do that. Okay. Let me try something. And I'm gonna do the same thing as I had done on Barrett before. I'm gonna lean down next to him again and say, "So how this worked last time. We need you back up on your feet.
Can I assist with this?
Get up.
No, because you get your own check.
Get up and help us."
What's the effect?
Well, she's doing the belief changing thing like last time. I can't remember what the exact thing was last time, but pretty much the
Leaf changing thing?
yeah, the ability. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was the hit point thing. It was
Yeah.
what you call it? Well, Fast and Dark Times, something like that.
Yeah.
So technically, this would be this
Yeah, which she had.
smaller baton. And she'd be using that on him.
Roll
Same as
a
thing.
survive resilience check. Difficulty 2. What's the extra points?
Could be good.
Void points are restored at the beginning of every session, by the way.
Wait, what?
And mana.
You get over.
And man, what's that?
Alright, that was survive. What?
Or you do get not fully maxed out. It is
A.
1. Yeah, a void point. Yeah, that's right.
Barrett staggers to his feet once again.
That's the spirit, and she's gonna clap him on the shoulder now. Get Gray. We need to keep moving.
Sav grabs, what's his name? Reed again.
He's going to
We're
try
going.
to pick up Gray again.
With the sled that you made,
Mhm.
you're good.
Okay.
Actually,
Also-
go ahead and roll a check for that.
I also have 1 hit point.
Move forcefully or boldly or cleverly, honestly.
Sav is going to go to where I have my.
Wait, what's the purpose?
Move forcefully, cleverly, or boldly.
No focuses. That's 1 success.
Resolve,
You get 1
maybe?
point of momentum.
Okay.
It was you're doing it. This is how much momentum you're doing it.
Okay.
Sometimes I will allow you to do 0 checks. Sometimes. Don't press me. Don't test me. Okay.
Very generous.
Yeah. Hey, I've done this before. Yep. All right.
Not before my total check.
Well, if you could think of a thing to say before the teleport check, some kind of check to make, let me know.
Okay.
Um,
Already collapsed it at the ankles, so
Still stick.
I don't know if Sav does have a miracle elixir. I know, like, we had that dropped out, but I'm looking at
a
this now.
miracle elixir? A what?
One of the.
Oh, the S&J elixir?
Yeah, I think it's one of that.
Yeah.
Unless there's like a different one that has a name like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. You guys,
He
since
does.
you have not rested since the common encounter,
Wah.
you are not back at full stress.
still.
So keep in mind what hit points you were at.
Yeah.
You were at earlier.
So
1.
yeah, I guess I don't know if I have a miracle elixir, I would give it to him. I could do whatever he wants with that.
Do you?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
We can always retcon it if you
'Cause I
do.
think I have it here. Because there's a little box that I haven't checked. Unless it's this.
What about the
Don't
one
see
that
it.
he dropped out of his pocket?
Yeah, it's that one. I'm thinking if that one.
Was that one
I'm
taken?
trying to figure out if that one exists, basically.
Well, I've got a half one if you want that. And we can just
I mean,
call it.
well, if I trip over a leaf,
So go ahead and just take my half
That's
elixir.
Anton's state of life.
yeah, or it's going to take a swing.
The whole thing?
If it's already half, then
Half the points. Yep. All right. Dullet leads the way and starts you all on a hike. It wouldn't be too long before he would ask, you know, I've seen many void artifacts in my time, but I've never seen one that looks that new. Where'd that come from?
The void.
Don't push her. She's very protective of it. She's nice, just intense. All the time.
It's rich coming from you.
I'm not intense. Any of the time. It keeps going. So, roll for deception.
When the rest of you get to Mercy, I'm going to need to peel off. Anton is in a place called Fort Veeder right now, and you're going to maybe need to pick him up. So,
We're
once you,
walking while we're doing this, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So once you've settled whatever your business is there, I'd recommend
Ellison
you find
just-
Anton.
What? I thought that Anton died in the crash. You said he's in Fort Veeder?
No, he didn't die in the crash. No, he's fine.
Well, he
He's
wasn't
fine.
with us, and no one else commented about it. I just thought that we were just.
No one
moving
asked.
on.
No one
Yeah.
asked.
Nobody asked.
I guess I wasn't thinking. But you weren't panicking, so I don't know. I guess I just didn't panic.
I didn't have time.
He's fine. He's just
Okay.
How the boy did he get to Fort Veeder?
the fast way.
That doesn't help.
What kind of fast we talking about
Through the
here?
void.
Okay, that helps. Well,
This is like go to church and say like Jesus for every answer. Where'd that staff come from?
The void.
How did it?
The
The void.
The void.
What's he doing right now? The void.
Probably the void and drugs.
I guess he figured out how to do
Yes,
that.
technically, because
good.
he drank a ton of alcohol.
Talvin
Passed
did it.
out.
Lord Talvin,
Mm-hmm.
leader of the.
Same one? Yeah.
Okay.
Author of penny novels.
Band in Marley. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. I'll meet up
Wait,
with-
why were you guys? What was going on? Why is he there? Because if Talvin wants him to go there, that might not be a good thing.
He saw it as a favor. Talvin was trying to, I don't know, bribe us into not helping the rest of you. Maybe he just wanted us off the ship. He was trying to take Atlee.
Did he get out of me?
Atlee's dead.
Wait.
So just like looks away and it's like looks very alright, yeah. Cool. Who killed him?
I did. Nope.
Was
Tell
Anton
him
there?
when he.
Okay. Yeah.
That was after.
That was
Anton
Talvin.
left.
It was
Lee's
It was
gonna look at
Cal.
Heisel and kind of approvingly.
So like it was Tal. There was a struggle or
They
something.
turned on each other.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Just don't bring it up if you can help it.
Well,
Alright, so
wait, why do you need to go?
roll a survive check. Difficulty of 3. Survive. Resilience.
Resolve or resilience?
Resilience.
Survive.
Oh.
Not
Clarity
poison.
for what would the style be?
Forcefully.
Okay.
Oh no.
Success and complication.
You take just 1 point of stress. as you ache and desperately want the spike back.
He took Leo's spike from me, so I need to go get it back. Tailored myself to the thing. I've got 4 days to live, so I'm going to need to part ways for you for the time being.
What?
Sab kind of steadies her a little bit
I'm
because he's such
fine,
a...
just and
I
he's
know!
gonna push him off.
Okay,
That's where I've
fine.
seen that thing before. Leonard Lynn, right? The Reeve.
Yeah,
Stay up to date news.
you know about her cult.
I know you all did good things for Palmians. That's good.
This was his.
Yeah, I think I've seen it in a silvergraph or something.
Yeah, probably.
Did you say something about, what was it, 4 days to live?
That's right.
Because of a spike.
It's a long story, which we probably ought not go into.
Well, is it a
Just to
void
say,
artifact?
yeah,
Sab starts going through his like.
I'm gonna be
he's
getting someone to pick
pulling
me
along
up
and
in
he's
Mercy.
pulling out his notes, looking at some things.
Alright.
What? But they have the spike.
You see him
Yeah.
seem to toss things around in his mind.
But they have the spike.
Yes.
So you're leaving to get it?
Yes.
You think you can get it?
Maybe.
Okay.
Gotta pull in some strings.
Question. So the Hastings device picks up void signals, correct?
Yes.
You
Nearby
void
ones.
Hmm?
Nearby ones. mind
nearby
you.
ones, okay? And you just void linked yourself, right?
Say that again?
Like you use the void to link yourself to it, right?
I still
Probably?
won't be able to find it unless I'm near the spike itself.
No. So it could pick up the signal. Do we still have the music box?
I think that got destroyed in the crash. I was just thinking about that the other day.
You could look for it.
So
I will allow you all to retroactively look for it.
Sab probably does try and
You
get
probably
it.
will
That
not
would
be able to
helpful.
carry anyone if you are
Yeah,
carrying
that's the
music box,
problem.
though.
Alright, Sab probably now he would probably before he probably would have left it. Or can
It's
Sab?
destroyed.
Okay. Alright.
This isn't an us problem. This is a me problem. So
Could
don't worry
Sab
about
grab
it.
pieces from that?
I'm
Okay, maybe not retroactive.
yeah. If you're going
Go
back,
back.
you might have the opportunity.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Got it. That works.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Sab pulls out his big book, hands it over to her. We'll keep talking as we go, but here's what I'm thinking. Music boxes negate void, correct? Yeah, because it takes out the mark. So what if we, and that's a book about music boxes, and you can do things
The
with
toy
music
with the
boxes.
spike is different.
And so what if you could take that, and what if we could
Sad, that's not the only problem.
remove it?
I'm going to get the spike back.
I know. I'm saying we buy you time. Even just negating it. We could
Like
build
I
something.
said, this isn't an us problem. This
This
is a me
is an
problem.
us problem, Heisel.
Go get Anton after Mercy. That's
Go get
what I need
Anton
the rest
after
of you to do.
Mercy. Listen, it's gonna take a while. We come there, we're gonna be sit in a room, and we're waiting for boring medical stuff. We just look over. That's what we do.
I'm calling Kenrick on the way over.
Okay,
So we can pick
fine.
me up when we get there.
Fine. Then I'll build my own. It's the book back. Figure it out. Yeah, do it. You can contact us.
Get it handled.
You don't need to, okay? You almost died. I guess I went crazy. Looking back on it.
I just wanted you all to know the plan. That's it.
Hazel, you can't keep making plans without us.
This time I can.
Yeah, I go with it. I'm annoyed by this. I'm
This
annoyed that
isn't
you
a
keep making
democracy.
plans that we don't
Hazel.
know about.
I no longer work for you. Sam never has. You can't keep telling us what to do,
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I'm doing.
Yeah, well,
and we're going with you.
No, you're not.
Yes, we are.
The strings I'm going to pull aren't ones that I want you around for. You need to go find Anton because he's a lot more in need of your help right now than I am.
Meanwhile, in Fort Peter.
If he's had a fort,
Oh,
I'm
they're
sure
forced
he's fine.
He's in the middle of, like, the dangerous part of Indonesia.
By a fort, like I said. He's not dying in 4 days.
Anton
Definitely.
survived much worse.
Also,
I've
Anton can
survived
run
much worse.
really
Relax.
fast. Like, there's nothing that he could. Well, there's birds, but nah, he's gonna be fine.
The owl.
Like, yeah,
The owl succeeded in the check to nap you.
I'm sure he
my
read
gosh,
that.
I'd be dead.
I've got support of my own.
You've got a stick.
I've got a stick. That's the only reason you're standing right now.
Gotcha.
You started tipping
I'm the only reason you're standing.
Why is that?
And all the times that we've saved you.
I think I've done a pretty good job looking out for myself.
Heisel, no, you haven't. You get kidnapped so often. So
Twice,
often.
and one of those I got myself out of, and you messed it up. I owe you one, and you owe me plenty too.
What bark?
I never said we don't owe
This
you.
is not how. This is not how the chain gang works. We don't.
We're
work.
not a gang.
We
Stop.
are a gang.
We are not a gang, Sap, but yes, he's right.
Our not gang does not work like that. Okay. You listen. You
Well,
keep,
then maybe we shouldn't be in a gang anymore.
Stop throwing down my ideas. I'm smart, and I have a good one. This is a good one right here. We have void artifacts. We have people who understand the void, and we have stuff that could just be helpful in general. This is a good option to look into.
I don't have
at
time
least.
to gamble on the music box idea. I've got plans, alright?
We're not gambling.
Then
on it.
tell us what
We're
your
doing
plans are.
other things
They're
while
not
you
plans,
do
you're
your other
involved in.
plan.
It doesn't matter. Tell us what you're planning.
I'm going to get the spike back from Talvin, and I'm going to Alba.
How are
And
you?
if you would like, the rest of you, once you've got Anton, can meet me there.
Hazel, you need to include us. You can't keep running off on your own to do all these things.
If I had run off on my own, when Talvin had asked me if I wanted to go to Alba, I'd have Leo back by now.
Wait.
Then we would all be
What?
dead.
I didn't do a thing to save you.
Wait. What did you? That's what he. What did he promise to give you?
He took Anton to Fort Vita to find Nikolai Graves, and he offered to take me to Alba to get Leo out of the void.
And he was. You didn't trust him. I'm guessing that's why.
I did trust him.
Then why are you here?
Because I'm getting soft. I thought you might need the help. You didn't, and it was a stupid gamble, but I couldn't just watch your ship go down and everyone in it die. So now, you're going to go and find Anton, take care of him, and I'm going to make better time on my own.
Hazel, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, it does.
There's nothing. What are you going to do to keep us from following you?
Nothing, but I'm not the one who needs your help right now.
Kendrick's not going to let you go alone.
But I'll talk with Kenrick about it.
You are not going to use that stick on him.
I will not use my stick on Kenrick if that makes you feel better.
Do you promise? Roll insight on that.
All right.
That will also do insight on that because why
Get
not?
you off my back, yeah.
All right, so go ahead and roll a talk check, and don't tell us whether you're using persuasion or deception.
They're the same score anyway.
Okay.
I am optimal at both.
But okay, lucky.
3 successes.
Okay, yeah.
More than us.
What focus is it? Insight,
Intuition, probably.
intuition. I can add intuition.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, what skills and styles?
Nice way. Carefully, cleverly.
Okay.
Yep, that's it.
What skill is it? Study or talk? I'm gonna use a. No, need to save those. Only 2 successes.
All right.
So whatever she said goes.
As it should be.
I was totally honest all the time. We'd never lie to everyone.
She's the only Morlian that doesn't lie.
Well, see, this time it does. She wouldn't have much to gain from doing that with Maxim.
Yeah.
And
We know.
you also know that if any negotiations would be had with Maxim on this sort of thing, Vern would likely be present, and it'd be really hard to do the stick thing.
As we saw with Atlee, that does not change the mind of everyone in the room.
Yeah, that's correct.
We didn't
Yeah.
say that, you know.
As we the players saw with
We the
Atlee.
players.
Wait, didn't you get the power to change everybody?
Well, now I do.
Yeah, she did.
I forgot about
Oh, yeah.
that.
We
It's up to
did.
4 people.
We just
I
thought,
knew
wait
that.
a second. Dun-dun-dun, the plot
Anton also gets convinced. Heisel's like,
Anton gets convinced. Atlee gets convinced. Talbot gets convinced. Like,
I don't know. It seems like everyone agrees.
it seems like we've reached a consensus.
All right.
Anton, despite it benefiting him, literally just goes, "That's not true, and I know it." She's like, "Shut up."
So, Sab also, I may have got to correct it, but when he checks Heisel for when she says I came back for everyone, so I'm trying to see if she meant everyone, or if she was just talking about some.
Yeah, do an insight check. Partial success,
Who does Heisel like in the group?
kind of up to
Oh,
Ringo.
one success.
General sense of altruism.
All right. So, where are you guys in conversation? Kind of got interrupted by checks. You just said that you're not going to use the stick on Maxim.
Yes.
So what if I've been working on a unrelated project that has to do with the music boxes and the Hastings device about stuff we should, in our spare time, unrelated to everything.
I don't think any of us have a lot of spare time right now.
I know.
You've got about 2 days before your bodies give out. I've got about 4 before mine does.
Well, I
We'll see
mean,
about that.
you know how
Just hold
like
it slow.
Sure.
you know how there's like, time when like someone's like waiting for the doctor to show up. I'm just saying we leave there as an option, like a recreational activity, in case unrelated. It's an unrelated to any of
sitting
this.
around.
It's unrelated to like any of this.
So I taught you to be a better lawyer than that.
I'm not lying, Hansel. It's unrelated.
Sab, you do this thing with your
Anyways.
eyebrows when you're lying. You do this kind of lean into them sort of thing. You tilt your head and your eyebrows go. What's that?
Everybody make a perception check for me. No. Sorry for the split party.
Only get to
Two.
go one day.
Two.
I am across the continent.
I don't. Void lore focus.
Oh,
Or
3.
perception.
That is 3.
Because of the void lore.
Barrett, you are worried because you hear a hum and it almost sounds like whispers a little bit. So I imagine you are very quickly reacting with this with brandishing a firearm.
And dropping Gray and brandishing a firearm.
Yeah, okay.
Brandish
You two.
Gray.
You two would be able to recognize this is the sound of a rune.
Fine.
I
And
hear
she's
it,
gonna
right?
start like tuning the haze.
I don't need that newfangled contraption.
What's that?
Tola just keeps walking. Taking a little bit of a detour. Apologies, but I think you're going to be grateful for it.
Cool. Sab like reaches out his void hand and starts like heat sensing for this thing.
Yeah, it's mostly a here thing.
Remember when we said there's no gaydar for the outsider's mark? This falls under that.
So through these woods, eventually you would see
Just thinking how weird it is that a car.
kind of a
Weird.
you'd see a tree with a set of roots, and in between those sets of roots, you just see almost this pit. Almost more of a tunnel, but it's just not very long. But a bit of a, almost a, oh, what do you call it when there's a hole in a tree? I guess just not, right?
Yep, not whole.
Yeah, a knot hole. It's almost like there's one of those just in the ground right next to this tree.
Mm.
And Tullet just sets his brother down and just says, Hazel, follow me.
I will follow him.
Sam will watch them.
Just so you know, I'm not like them. Him and Anton.
Oh, that's fine. Desperate times call for detours. Rest of you wait out here. Tullet
That's
goes
not
into
how
the
the
hole
saying goes,
and
right?
just steps down
That
into it.
doesn't make sense.
He's gonna pull this outside.
Just look at her. She's like, I'm not like them.
Tullet actually comes back out of the hole and just sorry, I forgot to ask this earlier. Any of you have any whalebone on you?
Not like
Preferably
big bones, like
something
carbon.
that has no use to you.
Again, if only
I'm going to spend it. Anybody?
I'm gonna have a fire.
He's going to hold out the whalebone suppressor thing that he gave to him. That's all he gave to Barrett.
Keep it. You're literally trying to return the gift. No.
How about this? And she'll take out one of the bone charms. It's useful, but not as useful as the rest.
Yeah. If like, how much do you need? I got like 2, probably.
It's just a small amount. And a standard bone charm.
Just take
Work.
this.
Thank you.
Which one was that?
The voyeur one.
Lawyer?
Oh, yeah.
Was that Jim?
He takes out what looks to be kind of a lump
What
of.
does that do?
It's like when you're like watching people unnoticed, there's like a bonus to it. We don't tend to do much observation before we rush into things.
she's right.
It's better than exploding power. Probably. Yeah. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
He takes out a bit of charcoal and just walks into the hole again.
I'll follow him into a hole, I guess.
Watches down the hole, I guess.
Barrett taps Sab on the shoulder.
No, but they're like doing stuff. Like, I'm concerned.
Yeah, the hole goes a little far, beyond how far you can see from the entrance. If you wanted to follow them in, you could.
Barrett's going to grab his arm and whisper in his ear. It's all is safe. I need you to talk to me now.
Okay, yeah.
This hole would continue into a very small cavern with stone walls and an etched shrine with a rune on it. With a symbol you've only seen once before. Not the outsider's mark. It's not any outsider's mark from the new Pantheon. I believe you saw one of these in Soul Spring. I think LG talked to you a little bit about it, but you do somewhat recognize the symbol. All right, this is going to sound weird. Get in the pool.
What are you trying to do?
Get rid of this curse that's on you.
That's a possibility.
Oh, yeah. Just a little bit of witchcraft. Fix most things.
She's got no problem with a little bit of witchcraft. And she'll step down into the pool.
All right. Let's see. Lilac. Shalewood bark. He was gathering these things earlier. I don't know if you heard me
I
saying
did hear
these
one
things.
part. He's like bark, and he takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, he was gathering materials.
I need this man from a witch daddy.
Put that in the quotes chat. Please.
You see him mark on the voyeur bone charm a little bit. So, and just drop it into the pool. Make a Alcadeva check.
An Alcateva check. Do I have a focus on this?
Yeah, you gotta focus it.
I know the word for dance, if that helps you decide.
2. But 2 is still pretty good considering the person that knows the most about the Alcadeva in the world is probably a 3.
2.
Believe it or not, Atlee and LG. Both of them.
I'm close. I need to catch up.
Actually, LG's a 4.
Oh.
Oh, better than Adley.
I can't believe they just yanked him out of our group.
What'd you
We have
get?
words about that. 2 successes.
Okay. This is, you're not quite catching the exact meaning of the word, but it's something water-based. No surprise.
Wendy's planning how this works while you do it.
It's done.
It's
Dig
done.
gone.
Do I feel less achy?
You feel wet. You don't really feel achy. All right. Let's see.
How do I know if it worked?
On fire.
Well, you can try to find bone charm. If it's gone, it worked.
Have you tried this with one of the void rate spikes before?
I don't know what void rate spike is, but I've removed curses many a time before. Also from that guy. I points up at Turris.
He was cursed.
Hmm?
What boy?
No, I cursed me.
Remind me why you keep him around.
To be completely honest with you, I'm not sure whether it would be best to just kill him right now. He is a horrible person.
Same
bit of
deal
a-
with Reed. Who I keep recommending to
Right.
leave behind.
Yeah.
Try to kill all of us.
Oh, is that so? Turris is one of those individuals that finds meaning in life by harming others. It's a shame. He could have been a lot more. But ever since we came to Bandisia the first time, he's been like this. I've been a bit obsessed with trying to see if it's any kind of curse, but I think it's just more. Bandisia just revealed what was deep inside of him.
You can't change people.
No.
Not deep down.
Well, the town we're going to seems to disagree with me on that. I'm trying to decide whether I kill him here or give him a second chance at mercy.
It's your own business, but if my recommendations with Jacob Reed don't cast a bit of an idea about what my vote would be, I don't know what does. Hope you figured out.
I hope I do too. Alright. Let's go back.
Thanks, if it did work, by the way.
Actually roll a quick perception check. Difficulty at 1.
Yeah, well, that's gonna be a yes either way. It's gonna be 2.
Okay, got 1 momentum. I probably should have mentioned this a little bit earlier. But he put all the ingredients into the pool, the natural ones first, but when he put the bone charm in, as he was about to drop it, it just kind of floated down into the water. It worked. And as soon as it touched the water, it just disappeared.
Well, thanks for that.
Yep.
I'm
Simple curse removal. It's all about the ingredients. Shywood bark, lilac, East Tibian lichen. Southern might work too. Honestly, any lichen.
gonna write that down
Okay, there you go.
next time I have the chance.
While they're down there, Lee's going to talk to Sav really quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do.
Sav, we're not going to talk around of it. So, you saw paper. Give me some paper from your book and a pen.
Okay. Said this.
So, he's going to write down a note there.
Would you mind talking towards the mic?
Oh,
Sorry.
If I'm not able to get this, it'll be in my pocket here. He's gonna put it in his front coat pocket. Give this to Baxton Kendrick before Heisel leaves.
Okay.
Right. Kendrick needs to see this. Right.
What's it about?
If Kendrick and Heisel needs to get the spike back. If Kendrick is gonna help her, he needs to tell us everything that she's doing, everything that she's planning, everything he's gonna help her with so that we can follow her.
Cool.
This is like a toxic friend group, guys.
We is like a concerning father figure.
Cool. Okay. I'll do it.
You're never alone for 1 minute of your entire life. And then nothing bad can ever happen.
Should we have 2 notes? In case like you get like dragged away.
He's gonna write a copy of the note and hand it to Seth.
I will look at it. He puts it in his hat.
What hat are you wearing right now?
The one that used to be his.
Oh yeah.
Big one. Or like
Hide his in his hat.
They just look at each other.
Just like a here's a note. Here's a note. It's like some kind of greeting. Like you show up and like, oh yeah, here you go. Oh, and here's yours.
The mailman with the really tall hat.
Boy.
Like that's how mailmen do their jobs.
That's how tipping your hat started.
Ooh, let me see what you got. Ooh. Oh, great. All right, you all resume on the path to Mercy. Anton, you are on the path to the slingshot, evidently. Benji would just say, all right, now try and keep up with me.
That's not going to be a problem.
Okay, and he starts moving at a brisk pace, which is slow strides for the tall boy, but immense speed.
Right.
So you would have to sprint to keep up with him. Make a move quickly check. Difficulty of 2. Free running.
Yeah, so it's 2.
Okay, yeah, you're keeping up. This whole area, as you keep progressing, starts to get progressively more and more overgrown. But he's leading the way, and eventually, as he gets closer to the area that's overgrown, he stomps on it, and essentially, the tall boy legs act like machetes, basically, creating a path for you all to just go through this thick, dense jungle. It's not too long into the day. Can you run at this pace for 3 hours?
I have before.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna just say that you do. If you want, you could roll another move check to see if you get any momentum. It's marathon.
Yeah. 3 successes.
Okay, get one momentum. Eventually, you would come to a clearing in the trees. And even before the clearing, you'd start to see just specks of civilization through the breaks. You start to see what looks to be some sort of like wooden structure coming up. Once you come into the clearing, you see that it is a massive ramp, would be the best phrase. It looks more like...
So it's some evil Knievel nonsense.
You know what a mass driver is?
No.
It is, yeah, kind of a big...
This ramp is
Think-
like a mass driver, which is like a big ramp.
Well, a mass driver is a ramp that spacecraft are launched, or hypothetically launched from. It's essentially just a rail that just eventually just goes really, really high, almost to a vertical position, or a vertical angle, and then just cuts off.
Oh, okay. I think I do know what that is.
Yeah. And oftentimes it's powered by a gun.
Well, sure.
Yeah. So, you would see this. It kind of looks a little bit, I hate the example, more like a roller coaster. A wooden, I don't know if this is a truss or not. I don't know. But it's a ramp with supports. Think of it like a roller coaster with rails essentially going up. And you just see it. It's quite tall. It must have been quite the undertaking to actually build this thing. It's a little hard to fathom one person building this. But eventually it goes up right before the tops of the trees. And following the crest of the ramp and going downwards, you would see it lead to kind of like it would just be a steel door, kind of embedded in the ground. There's a bit of a mound almost that has this steel door. It looks a bit like the lab door in Soul Spring for Adley's place.
Right.
And it just has the number 23 just written on it. Just massive letter. Yeah, so that's what you would see. All right, well, here we are. Hope you have a way to actually get into it. It's unlocked as far as I've known.
Locked with what?
A lock.
What kind?
It's been a long time since I've been out here. Well, why don't you go take a closer look?
Okay, I'll look at it, get close to it, mess around with it.
Yeah, so getting closer to the door, there are no handles on it anywhere. And as far as you're aware, as you can see so far, there's no lock. Go ahead and roll a study carefully check.
Ooh. 2 successes.
Okay, 2. You're just looking for a lock. You get a little annoyed trying to find it on the door, so you start kind of pacing around. Anton kind of gives me the energy that, like, when he's thinking, he has to be moving.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you're moving, and eventually you see a lock, but it's more of a safe, just in the ground. You just see basically a safe door, a bit covered up by grass. Yeah, it's a numerical safe.
Thought it might not have been. Number 10's just gonna put it to 867.
Okay. Opens right up. And you see a circuit breaker there.
Is it labeled?
It is like what actually. Crap. I wish I just knew what this kind of lever was called. I hate that this is the example I'm giving, but you know those levers that people pull on electric chairs? Like the
Oh, yeah.
old-timey kind of
It's
looking.
the old timey.
There's a name for that
That's
kind
fine.
of switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. It's the same. It's just like a contact switch or something. I don't know.
It's a contact switch. Yeah. Yep.
So there's like one big one that.
Yep. All right. Roll a quick tinker forcefully check.
One success.
It doesn't budge. It seems to require a fair bit of force. Oh, step aside. And Benji essentially puts a foot in there and just... It actually, the foot can articulate a little bit, and it actually grasps the
He sticks
switch.
his little toes on it.
Yeah. Believe it or not, the Towboy legs are... It's a different model than was available in Dunwall. It seems to be actually influenced by Pendici itself. The feet are modeled after the very talons that scraped you, which are very easily used for grasping things.
Fair enough.
He flips the breaker. I don't know. Breaker just sounds more satisfying to say, but it's a switch.
I think technically a breaker would just be a switch that would cease to be in contact if there was like too much power through it or something.
Yeah. Well, then I guess that's not it. But pulls the switch, and you hear a faint humming behind the steel door, and then you start to see it moving slightly open. And you see before you a garage
Interesting.
with one bullet-shaped thing covered with a tarp.
I will dramatically rip the tarp off.
You'd see before you a vehicle cobbled together with steel, you just imagine, and nozzles coming out the end of it. Yep. So this would be Slingshot 3.
Well, at least it didn't kill anyone.
Well, it killed someone in the back position. So actually it's 2 seats. But it didn't kill Pearl. And she kept going unabashed. I don't remember the name of the fella it killed, though.
Yeah, I don't know if I respect that or not. So anyway, it was kind of a success. So what went wrong?
Well, the problem with this one is certainly materials. You should really be using some kind of aluminum with this, which is rare, and she definitely didn't have the money for that. But the fuel was all fine. It's just material. The same problem with the Slingshot 4. This one was actually a bit safer designed, I believe. And it's a 2-seater, unlike the new one.
So this is a good design if it were just made of something else?
In part, I do a few changes. Maybe add some flaps or something on there.
Like where?
Oh, right here and here.
I'm gonna hand him the sketchbook and just like ask him to draw them, basically, or like try to draw.
He has
them.
gotten down from the top one.
Yeah,
it's not that tall of a rush.
I'll try to like work with him to like get a design sort of
Yeah.
for what he was intending.
Oh, this is fine. It's been too long since I've actually sketched out plans. Most of the time, I just go by my mind. I'm a smart person like no.
I am a smart person. You use the number 867, and that is the slingshot. It is the fulfillment of prophecy.
Oh, one problem.
Hmm?
This is supposed to be blue. I can't sketch on just white. If I'm doing blueprints, it's got to be blue.
Okay. This is so stupid. Can I use Brush of the Dark to change the color?
Yep. Maybe I'll just sketch this back at Fort Peter.
Is it blue now?
Oh, you got blueprints on you. Where'd those come from?
Just sketch it and I'll show you.
All right. You know, maybe white was better. You rolled 2 19s!
Oh
And the
boy.
second time you rolled an 18 and a 19.
Wow.
How about you just describe it to me like real well?
Okay. All right.
Already made the dark.
Void point. Yes.
Jeez.
Okay, I'm not the best with describing things. And he begins to meticulously describe it in the most intricate detail ever. 4 successes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like sketch as he's saying this.
Yes, but a couple inches to the right. Oh, your scale, not mine. Yeah, and eventually you have a very good drawing of what this thing looks like.
Okay.
It's, yeah, this one, essentially, it does have wheels on it to propel it up this track. But it's on basically, I don't know how to describe, a carriage would probably be the right word. That essentially it is, I think, landing gear, but as soon as this thing takes off, there's, it takes off and the carriage is still there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Everything seems to be in not so good condition, but you've got the plans right here.
Okay, so I'm going to just pick one section.
Okay.
And try to make it match like his design was.
All right.
Magically, basically.
Roll a tinker check. You are aided by him, though.
Okay.
And since he's also someone taking a bit of an active role.
Do I get to use any focuses or anything?
Have you ever done, like, statues or any sort of non-two-dimensional art before?
Carving.
Carving?
Oh.
Okay. The poison man.
Yep.
Get to your head. Alright, fine. You can apply your art focus.
Okay. 3 successes and a complication.
Woo!
Nice though.
Alright. That's actually the only check I'm going to have you make for this. This is going to spend, or take, a lot of time. So you spend the rest of the day, and start even working a little bit into the night with this thing. Benji assures you that, oh, don't worry, I'll just close the door. We'll be safe here at night. She's got living quarters here. And I hope some potted meat. We'll see. If not, I'll go hunt something.
Okay.
But you are safe for the night. And you are working on this thing.
Awesome.
And making good progress. But first, I should probably contain his reaction to your uncanny ability to alter reality as we know it. So the material's changed.
I'm not 100% sure how. This is a little bit new for me, but I do believe that the material is entirely different.
He just hits the metal. It feels different.
Yeah, I don't know if it relies on my ability to know what aluminum is like or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure it's aluminum.
I'm pretty sure it is well. Huh. I guess you were right about that whole 8 outsiders thing.
Yep. Thanks very quickly. Should I get into? No.
He was actually going to ask. I don't know if I read your mind. Could you? Give me a second. He just takes out. He just has in his pockets a couple of ball bearings. Would you turn these to gold?
Maybe. I'm gonna try to turn them to gold.
We turn them to gold.
Okay, so my money problems just went
Oh.
away.
No, no.
This is Mr. Anton. You are an incredibly dangerous person. Don't ever tell the banks about this one. It'll be our little
won't.
secret.
You better not tell him either.
Or do you want some of these?
Sure.
All right, here you go.
Martin.
All right.
No.
Alchemy aside. This is not what I expected to do.
Oh.
It'd be nice to.
All right, that'll be 100 point. You take old ball bearings.
Okay, there are so many other characters that I could have played who would be like, I have the power to do this. I'm going to show restraint. Is Anton one of them? No. Like, do I have time and mana to? Here's the gold bar. They're like, why is it in the shape of a log? Don't worry about it.
A log.
It is literally solid gold. Don't question it.
All right. Oh, I did forget to say that the slingshot itself does also have writing in fancy cursive writing on it. Slingshot. 1, 2, 3 Roman numerals on the nose.
I guess I'll, as a slight part of this, I'll change it to say Slingshot 5.
Okay. All right.
And
It's new
keep-
material.
Keeping the same,
Mm.
font in respect.
Slingshot of Theseus.
I did
Slingshot of Theseus.
alchemically change the very nature of the material it's made of.
Good.
Is it still the same ship?
Okay, quick pause. So rocketry and travel through rocketry is
Dubious.
so I mean we were pioneering rocketry in the late 1800s as well, but it was probably nowhere near where we are right now. But I'm like, oh, it's whale punk. It's a bit advanced. We have airships. Is this tone breaking?
No, I mean, I don't think they're going up to like the atmosphere. I'm just.
It's not going to space.
I'm just imagining they're literally
Realizing-
shooting someone up in the air and
I
then
think
like.
realizing that the Rocketeer and Blimps were in this campaign just made it make a whole lot more sense.
Wait, the what?
The Rocketeer.
What?
Ren.
What's the Rocketeer in there?
Daredevil.
In that.
Very Rocketeer. Ren also. There's like vibes going on. You have not put the actual Rocketeer, but you have put the vibes. Oh no.
Oh no, the Rocketeers. All right.
I'm probably going to change this, but my very original plan for Ren was actually to get a rocket pack. Very limited in its fuel. So you can't just like fly forever. It would just be like you fly for a minute. You're done.
That checks out.
I like this fun suit better.
Yeah. Yep. The idea was just that just rocket boosters on that thing so that you could have a bit more power.
Would she have been combustible?
Hmm?
Would she have
That thing on there? It's whale oil fuel. Heck yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Yep.
Anton's like, slingshot 5 blows up.
Daredevil, like, maybe I can have like an assistant Daredevil or something.
He's like floating in the void and he's like, yay!
Hey.
Carry on your legacy. And she's like, that's not the legacy I meant.
Both the Daredevil and the poor sap that was in the backseat of Slingshot 3. Hey! Welcome to the club.
She's just lonely and wants more friends.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 3 of them.
She's just marking people and leaving them potentially to Fort Beater over time.
Oh no.
867. What does it mean? Find us
She's
martyrs.
like, you can't alchemically change it to aluminum, but the last guy already did that, so all you need to do is some basic repairs since it blew up. They're like, what?
All right.
Slingshot 2.
So, the rest of you, Heisel, you're not cursed anymore.
I'm not cursed
Congratulations.
anymore.
Witchcraft. Woo! I had a nickel for every time Witchcraft saved a member of the chain gang. I have 2 nickels.
See, I
yeah.
wanted to add witchcraft, but I've added alchemy.
I'll take care of the witchcraft stuff. You just keep making gold.
Keep making
I was like, I can uncurse people. Anton's like, I guess I'm rich, turning
Anton's
literally
like, I guess I
everything to
could
gold.
pay you for it.
I was like, why do you just have the Midas touch and no other powers now? And he's like, I have the others, but
This was just so much more convenient, you know?
what if everything was gold? And Heisel's like, you need to stop.
Hazel would not be like, you need to stop. Hazel would be like, I need more
He's
money.
in a town, like, turning the walls to gold.
Economy, the cult society.
He's like, Fort Beecher will now be
Inflation.
known as the Golden City. He's like, I wonder. They're like, no. Calvin comes back to meet him. He's like, I turned Nikolai Graves to gold.
There's
Calvin's
just
like,
there's a
what
person.
do you mean?
Run a
I
limit?
turned everyone to gold.
There's just a gold person in the middle of the street, and everyone else
Someone's
walks in and goes, "That's a statue, right, Anton? That's a statue, right?"
It's now. Anton's like, come see how I did it, Calvin.
All the statues that turn gold start becoming golems instead, and they start walking around. And you're like, oh no, he has minions and they're gold, and then they can't exactly control them.
I has minions.
Anyway, we're gonna.
All right. The respite group. You all, would you continue walking through the night? Paula would urge you to.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Sab,
Any conversation you guys want to have during this
um,
500-mile trip?
Adamantly no.
Okay.
I
Sab
just want to get better.
would talk, but it would be very mostly calming and like those talks where he's just kind of talking and someone else is just like, okay, yeah, but then not quite too annoying, just like keeping everyone awake and kind of keeping everyone calm.
All right.
Yeah, I broke my arm once. Twice. I broke my arm once, but like, it got better eventually. It was a little weird, but then it broke again, and then I fixed it. And it was fine. I was in the circus and other things. I broke my arm.
Allison would probably entertain this conversation. She'd ask you about your time in the circus. That all sounds like a lot of fun.
The clown sucked. I got tied up to a one of those spinning wheel things, and they threw knives at me. That was fun. I don't like clowns because of that. They also dressed me up as a clown.
Did the clowns throw the knives?
Yeah, it was kind of an all clown circus. It wasn't great because it was just not fun. And I mean all clown, meaning that we were clowns, but then the animals were also clowns. And then the guests would put on like makeup when they came because they were an all clown, the clown brigade. It was. They gave little clown
Wait, you guys
meals.
go to Dunwall and like,
Yeah,
52
did
or
we
something?
go to Dunwall?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to Dunwall. Was it the first? What was it this year, or was it this year? Like, was it in the spring?
Yeah.
Or was it in the winter?
Well, it was probably summer.
Okay. I was like, was it in the beginning of the summer or the end?
It was
of the
before harvest. Yeah. My little sister went there. She still has nightmares.
Yeah. I mean,
How did that place even like financially sustain itself? Who would go to
there
all
was
clown
like
circus?
politic reasons that they could like.
This is one of the
This continues on.
Yeah.
If you're interested, watch the podcast. Oh no, but yeah, this continues on.
Podcast. Allison and Sab talk show.
Just them talking. But this is
Just
not
Allison
essential,
poking
so we
holes
can
in
move
Sab's
it.
backstory.
Yes. Anyway, everyone became very understanding that Sab in his time with the circus and how it was not great, and he did talk about good things, but just overall, you got the impression that he did not really make a lot of connections at the circus. But it was like it was okay, but also clowns, like always dressed up like clowns all the time. Like he was the only person who seemed to think this is not normal, and I will take off my clown costume after we're done with this thing. There was clown families.
Respect my
There were clown
clown-like
families and
balance.
children who were not parts of acts that still dressed up as clowns, and they went to school, and so there's no reason. Okay, moving on.
Okay. So the sun sets, and this wooded area you're traveling in gets darker and darker. The trees around you a bit spookier, swaying in the wind, but like tendrils. You all have not really been in the wild of Pandasia at night. Tollett assures you it's all good. If anything tries sneaking up on us, I'll catch it. I hope.
Eric's going to keep an eye out.
All right. Perception check to anyone who wants to take an eye.
That's bad. It's bad. That's good. Nothing.
Nothing.
It would not be swiftly, I'm guessing.
No.
Okay. 2 successes.
Couple hours into the night, probably like 1 a.m. It's been a long day. Ellison especially is wincing at all times, still with a shard in her shoulder.
I told taking more and more of the weight from Mikhail until eventually she just kind of shrugs him onto her shoulders a little bit more and says, just
Yeah.
take a break.
Thanks. Tollett would eventually light a lantern that he has with him to light the path that you all are on right now. Yes?
Sab would go over to kind of just support eyes a little bit, especially if Elson was kind of like feeling, looked at all like.
You're pulling someone else.
Okay, then he just walks over and he's like, so, when you came back for all of us? You came back for all of us?
Is that a question or a statement?
That's a question. You weren't. This isn't like a.
I'm right here, Sab.
No, I'm meaning like you didn't like. You came back because you thought we were in danger.
He told me Argon Marchenko was trying to blow our ship out of the sky. Yeah, I thought you were in danger.
This is also the first time you've heard Argon Marchenko. brought up with this whole encounter.
Why was, at least that I remember, why was Argon there?
He wasn't there. Just who Talvin said he was doing a favor of helping with this.
He's running the
They're
Scarlet
allies.
Pennant. He's running the Scarlet Crimson Pennant.
Talvin called him the Admiral.
And
The Commodore.
Oh.
The Commodore. I'm
You're
sorry.
one rank away. You're good.
The Admiral runs the Scarlet Pennant.
Right, I'm sorry. I think you're the wrong
yeah, Snap's like,
pirate group.
he would do that.
It is me, Argyle Archenko. I am the admiral of the Scarlet Pennant, the Scarlet Flag.
Like Walmart brand organ.
It is.
Mom, can we get Argon? We have Argon at home.
Remember when Forte tried to divert Talvin, told him that you'd split ways with us back in last town? Think about it.
Thank you.
You might pass it on to Argon.
Oh, I got a lot to think about. But I just want to let you know that if you ever need to like go and do something, you can go and do it. We do care about you and all that, but I don't want you to think that we're gonna keep you here or that you have to fight us. I kind of had it's a little hard to explain, but I have a lot to think about, and I realized that if I had shown some restraint with the ghosts, they probably could have let me go, and I could have probably done more. I'm thinking through a lot of things right now, so I just
We're gonna be friends with Sherry next time we're in Sunlight.
Hmm?
Does this mean we're gonna be friends with Sherry next time we're in Sunlight?
I don't know what this is gonna mean, but Hazel, I have a hard time trusting you sometimes, because my family was killed by Morlians, when I was really young. That's why I went and did all this, and I'm not looking for forgiveness. I'm just saying that so you can know, because I want you to, and I'm thinking through things, and
Can't forgive you for a whole race of people, so just like you can't
I'm
condemn one.
I'm still dealing. I'm still thinking about things. But you're promising me that you came back because you thought we were in danger. And it wasn't just him
Sebastian,
and
if I hadn't thought you were in danger, I'd be in Alba with Leo right now.
yeah. And that's what you want more than anything. Right?
I've never been unfair about that.
I know. Got some things to think about.
That's the thing you can rely on.
And Sab leaves right then, and he goes off to like the front. Or no, like kind of. He's kind of near the front, probably just away from people a little bit.
As the night kind of drags on, and all of you desperately wish to have a place to lie your head right now. Oh, raise a hand. Look back at you all. You hear something coming.
Barrett would set Gray down this time and draw his pistol.
All right, guys, take cover. You hear the sound of a bounding animal. Bill is with you all.
It's that his
All right.
dying in Colesville.
Don't roll anything.
Just preparing.
Yeah. If If combat does come, you guys get a surprise round. Don't worry, you're prepared. All right, if you guys are friend or foe, just speak up. You hear Tola, or you see Tola just.
Actually, extremely neutral at the moment, considering we don't know who we are.
Grady, is that you? It's Toll. Oh, hey, Toll, how you doing tonight? You would see out of the dark two bright yellow eyes of a hostler approach, and then you'd see a man on top of it.
I thought for sure Pantasia had talking animals for a second.
For a second, the fiddly ice
I was like,
glass of my reality broke underneath my feet.
Am I not
why has
tired?
Bill not been speaking to me this entire time?
Still choosing to
Never forget
listen.
her. Oh, never mind. I forgive her.
Well, hey, it's good to see you. And I'm glad I didn't have to shoot you all, and you all would probably shoot me.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you all. I'm a night watchman for Mercy. Grady Culver.
I take it we're close then.
Oh yeah, you're nice and close. You're unconscious. You're unconscious.
It's an epidemic.
That-
Yes.
It's a poison. It's not an epidemic. It's a poison. So
Oh, is it the blight guy
it's
again?
that pulls out the like little dart thing. It's like it's
Oh, it's the blight man.
poisoned. Do you need this?
Actually, Grady, we got him. You did? Really? Yep. Found him. And he is my brother. He's your... What? Well, take him back to Mercy, I guess. Doc will have her way with him, I imagine.
That first does not mean what you think it does.
Maybe that she will beat him up or whatever.
Yeah.
Continuing on.
That's what was meant.
Get
by
your
that
heads
phrase.
out of the gutter. Let's move.
That phrase is very typically something else.
I'll think typically.
I've never heard it in any
Yeah,
other
I
context.
know.
You've never heard it in a threatening context before?
No.
Yes, in a threatening context,
Well-
but not in that kind of context that you're thinking of.
Anyway, we're gonna move on from this.
Quick digression, that works. Now leaving.
I swear, I've heard this in a very punitive measure. And not in that kind of punitive.
So we're going back to Mercy.
Before that happens. Okay, listen, just stick around right here. I'm gonna go get some reinforcements. I can probably take, who's the most injured here? The most in desperate need of medical attention. Is it you, Shard Lady? Listen, no, I'm good. No.
This guy.
That is like poison. Yeah, everyone's poison.
Oh, this is bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got like a day, probably, because we watched.
A day. Okay. All right. Let's take the white hair guy right there. And he points to Gray. And you all quickly put him on. And Grady will leave. That is where we will end session for this week, unfortunately. But you all will be in Mercy next session.
Good.
Now that someone has found you. We will see how that pans out next week.